Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sulunga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. There is nothing more important in human life than developing our relationship with God. Human life is meant for this. We have been through many, many births. In every life, we eat, sleep, mate, and defend. Ahara nidra bhaya maithunam cha samanyam etat pashubhya naranam. Humans and animals, they both eat and they sleep. They have their family life and their social life. Sometimes they fight. Dharmo hitesham adhiko vishesham. In human life there is the opportunity to pursue dharma. So without dharma, a human just eating, sleeping, mating and defending is not much better than an animal. In dharma there are various levels. There is the social level, trying to help people on the social level. Even political activities, giving charity and so on. But what is the highest dharma? Sabai pungsang paro dharmo yato bhaktir adhokshaje. Ahaitukya pratihataya yatma suprasidati. This is Atma Dharma, Param Dharma, that is bhakti to adhokshaja, the transcendent Lord. So this bhakti to the Supreme Lord, that has to be unmotivated and constant. That will completely satisfy the self. So humans and animals, they have the same propensities. The human has the opportunity to perform dharma. So the more a person pursues dharma, the more he becomes godly. And the more we forget dharma, the more we become degraded to the level of animals or worse. Real dharma means not to pray to God to give me those things which we can buy in the bazaar. But real dharma means to offer ourselves completely in surrender to the Supreme Lord. We are in the Kali Yuga. In Kali Yuga, everything becomes degraded. 5,000 years ago in Srimad Bhagavatam, it was stated, Tatas chanu dinam dharma satyam shocham kshamadaya kalena balina rajan nangshantyayo balang smritihi. With the passing of Kali Yuga, with every day, dharma will decrease. Truthfulness, satyam, will decrease. Shocham, cleanliness, will decrease. Kshama, tolerance, will decrease. Daya, mercy, will decrease. People's lifespan will decrease. Physical and mental strength will decrease. So as all these good qualities decrease, the bad qualities increase. So the bad qualities are kamam, krodham, lobham, moham, madam, matsaryam. I think you all know these terms. Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moha, Mada, Matsar. Everyone knows these words, is it not? You all know these words, is it? But we know that these bad tendencies are there in our heart. There should be some practical program to remove this from our heart. Therefore, in the Vedic culture is centered on purification of heart. This Atma Shuddhi. And for that purpose, many people have accepted sannyas, they have accepted vairagya and tapasya, and there are so many processes. Brahmacharya, yoga, dhyanam, swadhyay, studying shastra. Swadhyayam, studying shastra. But in Kali Yuga, it's very difficult to perform all these processes. If we ask people to perform tapasya, it's very difficult for them. If we ask people to stop drinking tea, they'll think, oh, that's very difficult. And maybe the government of Sri Lanka won't like us also, because it's the main export of Sri Lanka. Previously, people would give up all comforts for the sake of spiritual realization. But in the modern age, if we ask people just for the sake of more purification to give up some small thing like tea or coffee, they think it's a very difficult thing. So in Kali Yuga, we have people have very little determination. They have very little dridata. Drida, yes. Dridamana. And our life is very short. How can we achieve self-realization? Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama Eva Kevalam, Kalo Nascheva, Nascheva, Nascheva Gatiranyata. In this Kali Yuga, there is no other process which will be successful than chanting the holy names of Hari, Krishna. This is practical. We see that many people from all over the world and different walks of life are taking to this chanting of the names of Krishna. And their lives are becoming purified and they are becoming absorbed in God consciousness, Krishna consciousness. This is required in human society. Both individually, we all require to become purified in God consciousness. And in the whole society, unless there is purification of consciousness, God consciousness, Krishna consciousness, then everything will get worse day by day by day. Now, the people, yesterday I was told there was a strike because some horrible crime had been committed in Jaffna, which no one could have imagined could take place. But I'm sorry to say it will increase. This kind of thing is going to go on more and more. Unless in our individual lives and as a nation, there is a specific program for purification of consciousness, then people are going to go down to the worst level. So I would request very kindly the local political leaders, they have graced our program. I would request them to take this very seriously, to discuss at the national level what do we need to do to make this land a fully spiritual culture. How can we stop the degradation of society? Now, some practical steps can be done to effect that. For instance, I could suggest that there are strict controls on what is allowed to come on the television, cinema, internet. But especially the leaders of society, they need to understand what are the principles of dharma. Basically, everyone in this country identifies themselves as a Buddhist, Hindu, Christian or Muslim. They're atheists here. But to understand the underlying principles of true religion, we shall have to turn to Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. The 4 legs or main principles of religion are Daya, Satya, Swachhata, cleanliness, and austerity. Without that, religion is not really a religion at all. Everyone who's religious, they must agree that if there's religion, there must be mercy, cleanliness, truthfulness, and austerity. In modern society, increasingly there's the idea that we should just enjoy ourselves by getting more money and more things. But actually human life is meant for higher consciousness. That means austerity, becoming detached from this world. The quality of mercy, that should not be only to humans, that should be to all living beings. If we are accustomed to killing animals, then the quality of mercy towards humans, that will also diminish. So we request you to consider these points very carefully and institute in your family, in your home, in your school, or in the whole country, depending on your capacity, the process of actual dharma. The practical process for purification is to chant the names of Krishna. Of course, if one is not inclined to chant the name of Krishna, one can chant the name of Christ, or chant the name of Allah, Buddha. But actually the name Krishna is the complete and perfect name of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We request you also to study the books that are produced by this Krishna consciousness movement, which describe eternal principles of Atma Jnanam and answers all the most important questions of life. Who are we? Who is God? What is our relationship with God? How can we develop our relationship with God? All this is described very straightforwardly in Srila Prabhupada's books. So of course, just in these few minutes, I can only say a few words. In these few minutes I have to speak here, I can only say a few words. There is so much to say, so much to learn. So please, you can take some of these books and imbibe that knowledge and apply it in your life. If anyone has any questions, they may kindly ask. Do we have an extra mic for that? Is that working? If anyone would like to ask a question, they can come and take this mic. Yeah. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Did everyone hear? Could everyone hear? That
Maharaj is asking, all the Hindus are worshipping the God. My question, God has a light or the statues?
God is light.
The form is, what form is light or statue? He said sound, holy.
Formless. Form or formless? Yeah. God means everything. So He is both form and formless. If we say that God cannot have form, that means we are more than God because we have form. But there are many differences between His form and our form. We get different forms life after life according to our karmic activities. But His form is Satchidananda Vigraha. That means it is eternal, full of bliss and full of knowledge, fully spiritual. We are only in one place, but He is simultaneously, has His own form and all-pervading also. The form of God, Krishna, that is the object of our bhakti. Maya tatamidam sarvam jagada vyakta murtina matsthani sarva bhutani nachahang teshvavastitaha. Krishna says that everything is situated within me, within my avyakta murti, or unmanifested manifestation. So everything is within Krishna, that is the formlessness. But who spoke this verse of Bhagavad Gita? The person Krishna. So it is that person Krishna to whom we are to offer our bhakti. There is often much confusion in this matter. In Bhagavad Gita, in the beginning of the 12th chapter, Arjuna asked Krishna, which is better, to worship the formless or the form? And Krishna said, the form. Is any other question? If you wish to understand this in detail, then please study this Bhagavad Gita as it is. Everything is clarified therein. No. Okay, then Vasudev. Yeah. Any other questions first?
Okay.
Okay, then Vasudev.